Mike, what gig you got today?
Hot mic.
We are working
Oh, never
on. It's okay. I'm working on a project for Nina's boss.
Oh, got you. The landman? This ain't the landman.
One of them, one of the many. Details in the coming days. Today and tomorrow. I have a court hearing tomorrow and more production.
What, on Zoom?
Yeah, Zoom. So we'll have to do 8 o'clock tomorrow too, if y'all are cool with it.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
When do you fly? When do you fly out, LG?
I should be good. I won't miss any time.
You sure? Okay, I was wondering. I was like, I wonder how the jet lag and all that shit.
It'll be fine. It's because I go back in time, so I'll be back. I'll gain an extra day.
Yeah, but your body, man.
Makes sense.
Fight through it.
And I'm changing my punch. That girl's taking enough of a beating.
Oh,
who is
damn.
that?
Travis Hunter's fiance.
Oh,
she's an asswhip. No, she's not ugly. She's just an idiot. She's like, yo, you're with a $100 million man. Just play your position. That's not gonna end well for that kid.
What, was she all up in their business the whole day?
Dude, she's an asswhip, bro.
CD had to get rid of his girlfriend the day he got.
You talking about the one he snatched? You talking about the one he snatched his phone from?
Yep, I'm like, CD, that's college material. You in the pros now, baby. They stay home. Even Mrs. Mahomes stays up in the press box. She don't sit next to you in the
right
game. Let's get ready to do a goddamn deal.
Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios, this is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
For many years, many years, probably going back to, let's see, thinking here. Probably should have thought of this before we started. Going back to about 2001. It's 24 years, going on 25-ish, 24.
Yeah.
It's been 24 years at least, if not more, that I start a presentation like this, either on a radio station or on a YouTube channel, as we sit down on a Monday after a Cowboys game. And you may not believe me, but I'm not kidding. I don't have any idea what the score was yesterday. All I know is they won. That's it.
Are you being serious or are you doing a bit?
I'm not kidding, Rudy. I'm not kidding you. I don't know what the final score was. I didn't see a
30,
play.
14, it was 30-14.
30-14.
Rico Dowdle played awesome. CeeDee Lamb played awesome. Cooper Rush was solid. Defense was solid. 30-14. Cowboys win. Cowboys win.
Cool. How's everybody doing? What's there to say? All they're doing is screwing up their draft status. That's all they're doing. That's all this is.
You're right about that. Cool. I'll give you that.
Let's get into the teams then. To hell with getting a. It's just so. Even when I 30-14. I watched more Mavericks Warriors. Yesterday.
That was a good game
because I didn't watch any Cowboys.
That was a great game, but that Warriors Mavs game was solid. Luka's a bad dude. I can't. He gets on my nerves, but that mother father can play basketball.
I have an opinion about that game. I have an opinion about that game here in a little while. I want to make a point on that. Probably during the punch segment. But yeah, man, I've got, I'm 50 years old now. I know that we do a show based in South Texas, although in the coming years, I would like this thing to become a regional show at least. It's not that I won't ever talk about Dallas again. It's not that I won't cover them anymore. I'm just out on them right now. They play Sunday night this week against Tampa Bay. I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan. I'll probably stop down and watch them on Sunday night, rooting for Tampa to hang half 100 on them. But only the Cowboys in a dead year. So here's my opinion on the game that I didn't see one play of, because I didn't miss it. Didn't think about it once. I had a great day with my lady. We hung out and did a bunch of stuff, and I had a great Sunday. We had unseasonably warm weather in San Antonio, and I took advantage of it by getting outside and walking around the city. Didn't miss it. I'll probably watch Sunday night, but man, I had better things to do with my life.
And also
Cowboys, Panthers.
Yeah, this thing is like, even though you're down on the Cowboys, perfect example, like what you're just saying. Like Tampa, there's somebody on that team you want to watch. You like Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's grown on me. With Carolina, okay, he has a name, but do I really want to watch Bryce Young play? There's nobody on the Carolina Panthers team you want to watch play. So, and then you're already out on the Cowboys. So you're like, hey, you know what? Let's get out the house.
Yeah, man, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Do I sit here and spend 4 hours of a weird weather day by not doing anything, but planting myself on a couch and watching bullshit like that? No, and I'm happy with that. And of course, in a year in which they're not, thank you, LG. In a year in which they're not going to,
that was a drop.
I know it was. In a year in which they're not going to go to the playoffs, in which half the roster,
they're still in the hunt, Mike. They're still in the hunt.
Still in the playoff hunt, which leads me to my second point. The NFL sucks. But
are you sure?
Yeah, the product sucks.
I know it does.
What I don't like is that everybody gets. And look, it's better business. I get it. Everybody's valuable, and everybody rises in value. I just don't like it. It's not, for me personally, it's just not fun to watch until the playoffs, unless the Dallas Cowboys are good during the regular season, which they have been. But I'm not going to stop down for Cooper Rush, Bryce Young on a good day on a Sunday. So but of course they're in contention, because in the NFL, we have 8 fucking divisions, which sets up for a team to go 8-9 and have a home game in the postseason.
Well, the problem,
that's better business. It makes more money.
Right.
I get it. I just don't like it.
I'm not going to say it's a problem. I would say the good thing about the NFL, as opposed to, let's say, the NBA or Major League Baseball. In the NBA or Major League Baseball, when you go into tank mode, contracts are still guaranteed. In the NFL, bad tape follows you and contracts aren't guaranteed. So while we sit here and say, hey man, get your drafts, get a better draft pick, y'all lose some games. Well, all those guys that are actually out there on the field are playing for future deals. So they're playing to win at all costs. So it's the gift side of the NFL, whereas guys are out there trying their hardest because they're not sitting on $200 million guaranteed, no matter how good or bad their team plays, like the issues the NBA and MLB have.
Right.
You play to win the game.
Right. And this game comes on the day after Stephen Jones roiled up people by saying that sorry, we don't have any money next year either. 2 days after we find out that they're the most valuable sports franchise in the history of Earth, the first pro sports franchise in Earth's history to get to double digits of billions, but because the NFL is a communism and everybody gets the same allotted amount of money to spend, and they suck at using it, and they spend it on shit players like Dak Prescott, we get back-to-back years here where the assistant GM's like, sorry, y'all, we ain't going to have any money next year either. Got $11 billion, but none of it we can use on players. And that's another thing that it's a communist league. It rewards futility. If you have the worst record in the league, you get the best college player on the planet. There's 8 divisions. You got 32 freaking teams. We're going to have an 18th game here in the next couple of years.
Sure.
But it's America's game, and I'm just an old man barking at clouds for no reason. But all that to be said, and I'm not trying to tell anyone that they should think the way I do. Maybe I'm a crotchety old man. Maybe I should just recognize it for what it is. It's football. It's still a great sport. I don't agree with how the league runs itself, but all the league can say, hey, Mike Taylor, we're worth $40 billion, so scoreboard. And I get that. I'm just not going to spend a Sunday watching 2 shitty teams like Dallas and Carolina. That's it. That's my Cowboys take. So that's it. How you doing, man? How was your weekend? I saw that I just saw your daughter that last week at HEB, and then I see she's graduating college. Oh,
I just thought about that. Yeah, she is officially a Texas State Bobcat. She graduated, walked the stage Saturday. Full transparency, I walked into the arena as she was walking the stage. Thank God, but the day didn't end well. My poor baby. So Texas State, which I didn't know until she told me. I even know I have a bunch of friends that graduated from Texas State. There's some river that they jump into. Some people decide to. There's some river they jump into after they graduate.
I think that's the Canal, I believe.
It's the San Marcos River.
San Marcos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my poor baby jumped in and broke her foot in 2 places.
Oh no!
I'm so serious, bro. She's mad at herself. I raised my kids to be accountable.
No.
She blamed herself, but I feel so awful for her because her graduation. Her graduation gift. She's leaving to Cancun tomorrow, and she's in a boot. No, Wednesday. She's in a boot and crutches, going to all-inclusive Cancun for 5 days. So I'm like, I feel she's visibly upset. She's pissed at herself. She's so pissed at herself, but I feel bad for my baby. But congratulations, Desi. We love you. You did it. And we'll look back on this in 10 years and we're going to laugh our asses off at Thanksgiving.
Sure. Absolutely. Golly.
2 places. Wow. Broke her big toe and the second toe.
Oh, no.
And I could see when she jumped in, I looked at her face when she was getting out. I was like, we know our kids. And I was like, that's a trying not to panic face. She's hurt. And she was like, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. She just wanted to be fine because
she wasn't fine.
Oh,
poor
man.
baby.
Golly.
Broke her foot in 2 places.
Is she going down there with buddies? I'm assuming.
No, her boyfriend. Great dude. Love Josh.
Okay, well she's got good. Well, she's got Josh too. I've met Josh, haven't I?
Yeah,
I think I have.
Yeah.
They'll just have to take it easy and just chill by the water and enjoy the sun.
I was like, did you at least get a waterproof boot? She was like, I don't know if they have those.
No, always check the depth.
Is LG a Bobcat? LG, are you a Bobcat?
He is. Mm-hmm.
I know LG didn't jump.
LG didn't jump 2008.
In the river.
Hell,
you didn't jump in the river.
Always.
Hell no, I didn't jump in the river. No.
Especially when you have a wintertime graduation because it's not as full. Always.
No,
check
I was summertime.
Right.
It was like 110 when I graduated. I wanted to jump in the river, but I had like a tuxedo on underneath my gown, and I had to go out to eat with the parents afterwards. I wasn't about to jump in the river. Fuck that.
For sure. Hell yeah.
That river's cold too. That river stays the same
she was freezing
all year long because it's a natural spring, and the temperature never changes.
Right.
So it's like a cold 50.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, that whole area. That whole neighborhood. So great. Well, dang it. Well, congratulations anyway. How about you? Got you a college grad for a baby. How about that, dude?
I had her when I was 18. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how to change a diaper. Fun fact, I didn't meet her until she was 3 months old because I was in the Navy. Mm-hmm. So she was born while I was at boot camp. Then I went to A school in Virginia Beach, and until I got to Virginia Beach, I didn't see her until June. She was born in March. I didn't see her till June, so I didn't meet her till 3 months. But to think, as an 18-year-old kid, it's crazy. I got 1 down, I got 2 to go.
Man, well,
now, that little one, though, I don't know if she's gonna go to college. She's something else. My teenager, she can't wait to go. But the little one, I can see her being like, "Nah, Dad, I'm gonna start my own business. I ain't going to college."
Good for her. Well, congratulations to Rudy's eldest.
Thank you.
Her and the HEB she works at is actually my HEB.
Yeah. So what? Did you recognize her? Or did she recognize you?
She called my name out, and I didn't recognize her at first. Yeah. So I was walking, and I heard someone say, "Hey, Mike," and I look over and I saw her, but like my world's
it didn't register right.
My brain. I looked over and she's like waves at me, and for like 2 seconds I thought she was just a Thunderdomer, and so I gave her a wave at her like that, and she's like, "Hey, Mike," she goes, "Rudy's daughter." I'm like, "Oh my God, yes!" And I went over and gave her a hug, and I sent Rudy a selfie. I said, Rudy, look, I met a cute girl at HEB messing with Daddy. And yeah, it was great, man. So here, you know what's going to happen now that you found the week that I run into your daughter at the store, she breaks her ankle. I'm going to have to hear about Taylor Curse today. You know, I'm going to have to hear about that.
You know what? I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's badass. So what does she want to do?
It's awesome.
Ultimately, do you know?
I don't even know what I don't know. I've been trying to convince her. I hope she don't watch this episode. To now that she has her degree, to just go up the ladder at HEB. You can make 6 figures at HEB. She don't want nothing I don't know what she wants to do. I forget what maybe I don't know what she's supposed to do. But I told her, hey, I know people in higher ups at HEB that could.
Yeah.
She's like, let me do. All right, do what you want.
Yeah, my Aunt Glenda retired from grocery store business. She was a general manager when she retired, making great money and great benefits. And she retired, and she's just now in her early 60s. And she's been retired like 4 years. My Aunt Glenda retired at like 58.
You see what I'm saying?
She just chills off pension. So you work your way up. It's a hell of a business. All right, y'all. It's in the building. We're doing what we love to do. with no retirement in sight, but you know what? I'm sitting here in sweet sleep shorts, talking football.
Let's see them. Let's see them.
Oh well, no, they're just like okay, fine.
Oh, I thought they were chonas.
No, I'm not in chonas. I got shorts on.
See? Oh, okay, you're good. All right,
you like that? But this is what I slept in. So there's give and take in this world, you know, give and take. All right, you can help us stay afloat as a company by jumping into the super chat if you want to, and tipping us your money. You can go on there and jump into the super chat. Wayne71 just gave us $9.99. Broken foot. Taylor Curse. See, there you go. Taylor Curse. And here they go. Taylor Curse. Here they go. Bring it.
That was a thing for a long time on the ticket,
and it was crazy. It was that thing,
especially after 2013. Especially after 2013, after Ray Allen, the Taylor Curse was for real in effect.
It was unbelievable, and for a while, even I started thinking it might be a thing, and not just a bit. But it's long gone away. It rears its head from time to time.
You shouldn't have ripped that doorknob off of Mission Espada or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
No, well, in my defense, I didn't know it was loose. I didn't rip it off. I simply grabbed it trying to open the door, but it was loose and it all fell apart. 200-year-old doorknob. Maybe the park rangers should have done a better job keeping care of their facility. I happen to be the 1 millionth hand that touched it, and the son of a bitch fell into 3 pieces.
Did you tell the authorities? Did you tell someone so they could fix it?
I looked around. I realized no one was around. I picked up these old, heavy brass pieces. Probably not the original doorknob, but probably been there 100 years at least. I just picked up the pieces and put them on the pew and walked out of there. Never said a word. So, and then, of course, it started 7 years of bad luck, but we're long gone through it now. All right, it is in the building. You can also buy us a coffee if you want. LG's just put the link on there. The buymeacoffee.com/loveyouhardtv link is on there. You can donate cash through there too. Show brought to you in part today by Ribaldo Realty Group. Ribaldo's trying to move this store he's got.
What up, Jay?
Partners, they have bought this old gas station right here. This place here is ripe for an investment property. You take this, it's right on New Braunfels, right near 35. Lots of foot traffic going and coming from back and forth Frostbank Center, right off of 35. Very busy part of the city there on the east side. And
easy to get to right off the exit.
Yep, right off the exit, just across that bridge there on the right-hand side. Looks like an old Valero with that light blue stripe there across the deal, but you can turn it into whatever you want to. That is a reminder that Ribaldo also does commercial property listings too. They sell commercial. He and his partner, Tom. So to see that listing there in details and all of Jay's listings, you simply go to his website, ribaldo.com. You can call the man, of course, at 210-887-1081. You can email him at jribaldo@kw.com, jribaldo@kw.com. All right, let's check in on DJLG one more time. It looks like he's sitting in a bathroom.
but it's not.
Posted up. What are you posted up in here? Is your hotel room?
I'm in something called the Citadines Hotel, and yeah, it's
Okay.
not a. It looks like a bathroom because the sink's right there, but the bathroom's in the door over there.
The what?
The bathroom's over there. This is the
Okay.
bed. The bed's over here. There's like a divider that looks like a shower door, but that's the bed
I see.
behind.
Oh, is it like an
Oh.
efficiency?
It's like they call it an apart hotel. Yeah, it's like a studio apartment. I've got like a little kitchen over here.
It's like a New York apartment. It looks like a little New York apartment.
It's not bad.
You switched places because you were somewhere else.
I've had 4 different hotels during this trip.
Yeah. On purpose?
On purpose, yeah.
Okay, just to see other areas?
Well, during the weekend, I left Tokyo. I went to something called Yokohama. You may be familiar with the tires.
Yes, sir.
About an hour train ride towards the ocean south of Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. And then I took a day trip out to Enoshima Island, which is like on the coastline. Good views of Mount Fuji and whatnot. Bunch of surfers out there.
Pictures you did. That's cool. Yeah, I saw a picture you said of Fuji.
Oh, people were surfing?
Fuji-san.
Lots of people were surfing, yeah. Lots of surfers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of tsunami warning signs, like, in case of tsunami, evacuate this way. I'm like, oh, shit. Luckily,
so Yokohama is a city, not just a tire.
A big city.
It's a huge city. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's cold there, though.
Yokohama's badass. I actually liked it. It's like a laid-back Tokyo vibe, but less tourist.
Are you back in Tokyo now, technically?
I am in Shinjuku, which is basically the heartbeat of Tokyo. Shibuya and Shinjuku are the two most busiest
Shinjuku, places. It sounds like something they sell at Texas Cheer.
Shinjuku. It does.
They might.
Yeah. Shibuya sounds like something you say when you hit jackpot.
Oh, yeah.
Shibuya. What's the name of the Citadine? What the hell kind of? That's
I'm at
not
the
a Japanese name.
Citadines. Nah, it's a global chain of hotels. I've actually stayed in some of them in Indonesia before.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm part of the rewards program, so I get a late checkout here. I don't have to check out till 1 p.m. It's pretty nice.
I like how LG's dressed up better every day during his Tokyo shows because when we go on, it's in the morning, but it's his evening time. So are you coming in, or you going to go back out when we get done?
That's yet to be decided. I just got in from Piss Alley, aka Memory Lane. And I just went to one of my favorite bars, which is called Death Match in Hell. It's
the one where they lift up the little door and they passed you that. Is that where that one is?
Nah, that was ramen. That was a ramen spot. That was a restaurant. But Death Match in Hell is a tiny bar in Shinjuku, which is a heavy metal themed bar. And I'll have some more content on tomorrow's show about that particular bar.
Okay, very good. I look forward to seeing it.
Only one thing can make a man get dressed up.
Well, yeah, the pizza's flowing around here. Here's a little video of Memory Lane.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
So where is this? This is Tokyo? Is that your bodyguard in front of you?
That's my buddy Gary.
What are we
doing?
These
are all like little bars. It's like an alley, but every bar can fit like 10 people, and every bartender cooks. So that's your bartender there cooking.
That's just so dope.
And then it's just there's like hundreds of them down these alleys, and you pick one. You can barely fit.
Is this one way in, one way out?
No, you can go in both ways, but it's very cramped. You can't fit more than 5 to 10 people in each little spot, and each spot specializes in something different. Like one will be pork, one will be beef, one will have eel, one will be ramen. It's all different. So
your buddy's dressed up like he got on the blazer.
He likes to do like that. Yeah, that guy didn't want to be filmed. Yeah.
He was like, "Don't film me."
No. They have signs on the doors that say like "No photos," but some of them are cool. So
quite the audible as you broke into the video you made. Quite the audible.
You are really outside, bro. And so those little balls that they hang from the ceiling, those are real. I thought that was like some Hollywood made up shit.
Nah, they're paper lanterns. They got them everywhere.
Your boy Gary is lit. He's drunk. He won't stop talking.
Nah. That's why I had to mute the audio. He might be offending people here. So.
Oh, okay.
Are y'all doing something for Finding a Way TV, or are you just jacking around?
I'm just filming. So this is the place I ate at, and this dude's cooking it up. This bar has been there for 80 years. 80 years. He's been working there for 20 years. That cauldron of broth right there. They recycle it every day. So the yesterday's broth gets put into tomorrow's broth over 80 years. So technically,
flavor.
There might be a little bit of the broth from 80 years ago in there.
I don't know how to feel about that, LG.
I don't know how I do either, but it was the most delicious thing I've ever tasted.
But when you do these, when you go to these diners, though, sometimes they're like, we rarely clean our grease. You know what I mean? Or they, you know what I mean?
There was grease on the wall from 1945, bro. Like, look at that right there on the wall.
Damn.
This
is good stuff, LG. What is that, beef?
It's beef and pork, but like all like the intestines, the liver, and then all the good parts as well. And then here's how they add up the bill. They count your skewers by how long they are, and that's how much you pay. If they're longer, it costs more. If they're shorter, it costs less. And they add them all up at the end of the day because everything they serve you is on a skewer.
Is this part of Piss Alley?
This is part of Piss Alley, yes.
Okay.
Good stuff, LG.
Yeah, and that guy's name is Hiro. He's been there for 20 years.
H-I-R-O. Hiro.
Yes, okay. H-I-R-O, yes.
Okay, very good.
I highly recommend it if you're ever in Tokyo.
Okay, very good. I'll love to look Hiro up. Are you going to hook up with that Thunderdome or ever? Is that going to be able to happen? I know it's a big city and people have schedules.
Maybe tomorrow. We were supposed to do something on Friday, but he came down with a case of some kind of illness, and he was like, I probably shouldn't meet up with you. So I was like, appreciate that, bro.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see about tomorrow.
Well, if he eats 80-year-old broth every day, maybe he got the squirts.
Bro, it was good, man.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, let's jump into some Bagtastic Voyage Championship Challenge talk here in the building on this Monday morning as we do this particular show. We had a bit of an upset over the weekend. A bit of an upset indeed. And an upset because not only just because Diddy won, but the score. Diddy annihilates the number 1 overall seed, Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar has lost to Diddy big time.
I wonder if we maybe should have left Diddy out because of everything floating around him. I don't know who's going to vote against Diddy at this point with everything going on in his life.
I think Oscar's a bigger douche. I just think Diddy's a pervert, maybe a criminal. But
I think the lines are being blurred. The lines are being blurred.
No question. I agree. So
what
Oscar
was the score?
Has been eliminated. Dude, Diddy beat Hulk Hogan in the first round.
Right.
He beat Oscar De La Hoya by more than he beat Hulk Hogan. He had 70% of the vote against Hulk. He had 77% of the vote against Oscar De La Hoya.
Wow. See?
That's bullshit. I shouldn't be losing to him. I'm a way bigger douche. He's just a pervert. That's shocking, man. So Diddy advances into the Final Four.
Good for him.
Him winning is one thing, but that number of votes, good Lord. And I saw over the weekend that now he's given up on trying to get bailed out. He now realizes it's not going to happen.
No.
He spent a lot of money in the last month or so trying to get hearings to get bail money, and he now realizes it's not going to happen, and he's blown too much money, so he's just going to accept his fate and sit in jail till his trial.
Yeah, he was never getting. He offered them $50 million. He offered the city of New York $50 million, and they said
just
no.
Go sit at home.
He ain't never getting out.
No, he's finally given up. He will play in the next round.
ass prison.
He will take on the winner of today's matchup next. Today's matchup in celebration of the Cowboys' big clickbait victory over the Kakalaka Panthers. Today it is the 6 seed versus the 4 seed. It is Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons. He is up for your voting pleasure today. He will be taking on Well, he is taking on, because these things drop every weekday at 8 o'clock in the morning, Central Texas time. Micah Parsons will be taking on the owner and general manager of the most valuable
His
franchise
boss?
in the history of pro sports anywhere in the world. It is Micah versus Jerry Jones, an all clickbait affair today. Who's a bigger douche? I mean, you got to say Jerry, right? Jerry's a bigger douche. Because
Yeah.
he's 82 and still acting this way.
He's had some moments this year. Like, look, I've been dealing with Jerry Jones for 20 years in this city. But this year, he because they suck, he's started to reach more, which has caused him to say some really, really stupid things all year long. The way he handled CeeDee Lamb's contract only to pay him. He couldn't get anywhere. Him and Dak couldn't get any work because CeeDee was holding out. He'll probably do the same thing with Micah, just so they can be on the news every day and be talked about every day. So yeah, if I had to vote, I'd probably vote Jerry, because this year he's just really out of his mind. And Micah's a douche. Micah's a colossal douche. So that's saying a lot.
Yeah. Now, Jerry has now reached full-blown Al Davis mode, where Al was when Al was at the end of his life. Where now it's like everything you say, you sound like a sports talk radio caller. And, going into the locker room last week and jumping on Bones Fossil, the special teams coach, bitching at him because they blocked a punt. And he's like, fuck you talking about? Threatening radio host jobs because he don't like the questioning of a very legitimate question that was extremely fair and not unfair at all. The whole nobody could GM this team the way I have. We've had all three of those this year. Just to be an asshole, he forces CeeDee Lamb to miss all of training camp, only to pay him what he wanted from the first day. And
it wasn't even to be a mean ass. He just wanted the clicks.
Sure. Yeah.
We talked about it every day.
Franchise based on clicks and attention. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's Jerry versus Micah. I don't vote, but if I did, I would vote for Jerry. It's not even close. Yeah, same. All right, man. Show brought to you in part by Texas Cheer Liquor. Where are you staying at again, LG? What's the name of the town?
Shinjuku.
That does sound like some sake you would get at Texas Cheer.
Sound like soju. Yeah, it kind of sounds like soju. And they also have one called Hero, which is funny enough because LG
you're right.
Was talking about
they
Hero.
Do. Yeah. Hito. Don't you roll the R? Hito. They've got a decent mix of Asian stuff. They've got Korean stuff there. The one I worked at last year, Japanese.
They got the one with the rice in it. What is that? It was like milky. It's weird. I don't know.
That would be the Nigori unfiltered sake.
Yes, that one, LG.
Oh, you went there too, baby? Yes. Oh, Nina went to the spot you went to where they have the 80-year-old broth. In Tokyo? Oh, yeah. On Piss Alley. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. And there's one apparently in New York as well with the same name.
Nice.
Only 2 places on planet Earth. Well, that's badass, baby. That's cool. You look good in them jeans. Anyway, about that. So go get you some Japanese. You can't get 80-year-old broth at Texas Cheer, but we got badass alcoholic booze selections, especially these kick-ass lit kits in which they put all the ingredients together for you in these big jars, and you can serve it looks like an old school thing you make sweet tea out of. That'll spigot. Got the screw top.
Like some sun tea, like your grandma made in the 80s.
Yes, you remember that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is. I was by myself Friday, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy that was supposed to close with me called in, got my ass kicked. But I love it though, because it makes the night go fast. But I was in there dolo and it was jumping. Christmas time, people because there's a lot of Christmas parties, a lot of Friendsmas Christmas parties, and now we're getting into the thick of it. So it's about to be busy at Texas Cheer. So if you want a lit kit, I advise you to get one this week because they're moving quick.
People don't celebrate Christmas on the 25th.
Well, in San Antonio, Christmas is Christmas Eve.
Right. Or the Tuesday before Christmas. Everyone's got a different situation, different work sitch. And so Christmas basically lasts 2 weeks, really.
Yes,
probably busy every day in December. even after, because then you get ready for New Year's.
For New Year.
Yeah, so it's a hell of a busy time, and these things go in there and make sure you get one before because you'll probably run out of these things on occasion. He's got to order more, but nonetheless, whatever you get, you always get 5% off when you mention in the building at all 7 locations, 6 in San Antonio, 1 up in Barney. So make sure you get your ass in there and take advantage of your 5% discount by mentioning in the building when you go to Texas Cheer Liquor. All right, we have a kettle drive.
Motherfucker.
We have a kettle drive coming down Sunday at Slackers. All right. Do we need to have an off-air production meeting, or should we just have the meeting right now in front of Thunderdome? I don't care which one we go to.
No, we'll have it off air because I'm still waiting on which one we should do it at and what time is best.
Okay, cool. We're going to have a kettle drive Sunday. It's the last opportunity to raise money for the Salvation Army in the building kettle. We're going to go hang out for a couple of hours Sunday at one of the in the buildings. You let me know, sir. One of the in the buildings. One of the
I will let you know today. But just put it aside. Just know on Sunday you need to come hang out with us and raise some money for the kids.
So we got Cowboys and Bucks at 7:20. A 5 to 7 kettle drive sounds pretty cool to me. That sound about right? Leading up to
what
Cowboy
time is the game?
7:20. They got the Sunday night
let's
game.
do.
Does that work?
Or should we just do it? Or should we do it at 7?
Well,
what do you think?
I guess we watch the first half. Hang on,
I don't know.
My lady.
This guy.
Y'all shut up. I love that girl.
This guy. No, I feel you. Let's talk about it off air.
Okay, Sunday. LG, don't you say shit, or I'm going to out all your business.
Ain't no business. What business do you speak of, sir?
Who knows? No, definitely Sunday. So y'all plan. I'm down to watch the first half. We could do that instead. Like maybe after dinner.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about it. So Sunday night at some point, we're going to have a kettle drive. I just want to put that in Thunderdome's head since it's Monday. It's our last chance to raise money for the kettle this Sunday because Christmas is coming up. And so Sunday, be prepared to come hang out with us. Not even to do a show. It's about time Rudy and I just get out and hang out somewhere.
Yeah, it's time.
We can post on Twitter for 5 minutes or something.
Whatever.
If you want to. But we don't need to have a full-blown show.
No.
Maybe we can just go do 20 minutes or something. Well, let's discuss. Let's discuss Sunday night. So y'all be thinking ahead. Sunday, we're going to be at one of the Slackers in town, the official sports bar of this show. Somewhere, one of the 5 locations. We're either going to be at Med Center on Fredericksburg Road, St. Mary's, or we'll be at Slackadochis or Thousand Oaks or by the mall, by North Star Mall over on Rector. One of those 5 will come up with the right location, and we'll announce it. Let's announce it by tomorrow at the latest, if not later today on social media. But let's get it. Let's let people know where we're going to be. And I owe a hangout because of insinuating circumstances. Last week when we had the remote at Slackers, I had to leave. I had to leave as soon as the show was over. Like an asshole.
That was a legit family emergency.
I understood, but still, though, I owe them one. So I think it'd be cool for you and I just to go hang out. Just go hang out. LG will be back in town this week. We'll just hang out and watch the Cowboys, and I have the kettle, and we'll get everybody liquored up. Maybe we'll get $200-300 in that kettle in cash on Sunday.
Let's do it.
So that would be pretty cool. So it's Slackers, the official sports bar in the building, 5 locations in town. It is Slacker Sports and Drinks and Games and Cowboys on Sunday night. And in the building, we'll be hanging out, watching the clickbaits take on the Bucks.
And just to clarify, this will not be a remote broadcast. This will be a meet and greet and a hangout and a kettle drive. So
correct.
We will be just hanging out. We won't be busy. You can come talk with us, take pictures, whatever you want, slap butts.
Yeah. We need to do that more often anyway, which we'll discuss off air for 2025. We need to start doing like swag drops and shit. More appearances where we hang rather than just do a show, because people come and watch us do a show, but we're doing a show. They can watch our show they can watch our show anytime. When we go out in the public, it's cool for people just to sit and shoot the shit and talk football or whatever, you know? So I look forward to this on Sunday, and we'll tell you what Slackers by tomorrow. What else today? We did have other NFL games yet. Did you watch anything besides stupid ass Cowboys yesterday?
Yeah,
Did you watch Bills Lions, that shootout that thing turned into?
That was a great game. I'm a red zone guy, so I saw a little bit of everything.
Okay. So is Josh Allen the MVP now, or Lamar Jackson?
Man, I'm not saying. I still think it's Saquon Barkley, but Josh Allen has entered the chat. He's definitely entered the chat. He's having, again, they did the ultimate addition by subtraction by letting Stephon Diggs walk. Well, by trading him to the Texans. They're 11-3. They have clinched their division. They just beat probably the hottest team in the league in the Detroit Lions. Now, Goff did almost throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. So Goff did his thing too. I don't know if either one of these teams can play any defense, but those are both, two of the best offenses in the league. But Josh Allen, he's definitely in there. I think it's Saquon, Josh, and Goff are the MVP candidates.
Going into
those
the
three
game,
guys.
I think the Lions were 3rd overall in defense in the league. The Lions have played deep.
So that's even more of a case for Josh then.
I think Goff's certainly an MVP candidate. Goff is too. But yeah, for sure, it's Saquon or Josh Allen at this point for regular season. And I've gotten a couple of texts, and I had to remind myself as I was trashing on the NFL. I have to remind myself that there are 2 NFL seasons. Actually, there's 3. There's 3 NFL seasons.
What do you mean?
There's September, October, November. Then there's December when teams start ramping it up. Because by December, the teams that are going to get screwed by injury normally have already gotten screwed by now. If you make it to December with a healthy quarterback, then you have God to thank, But then by January, when the playoffs start, that's a whole new season. I love NFL playoff football. It's just that marathon and guys have to put their body through a car wreck once a week, and so you wind up getting a lot of shitty games. But once you weed all that out and you just have playoff teams, unless you go 8-9 and get a home game, which pisses me off. The football, the product does go way up in January. So I look forward to the playoffs. Yeah, for sure. That was a hell of a game yesterday. Patrick Mahomes got hurt. But hell, it may be a blessing in disguise for the Chiefs.
You had an interesting take. What's your take on Mahomes and the Chiefs?
I think it's a blessing if he doesn't play. The dude puts his body through hell. He always plays hurt. He bent the shit out of that ankle yesterday. He's lucky it's not worse. We haven't gotten an update on him today, but he was talking in postgame and actually said, I'm not sure if I'll be able to play next week. And he normally doesn't say that. Normally it's, oh hell yeah, I'm playing next week, no problem. That's my Patrick Mahomes. I'm absolutely gonna play next week, y'all. I'll see you out there.
Kermit.
But I almost think, look, they have a 2-game lead on Buffalo for home field in the AFC. Rest his ass. Isn't it more important to have Patrick Mahomes than home field advantage? I mean, yeah, obviously.
Well, for them, they don't need home field. They could go anywhere.
I know, but it would be helpful if they got it. And they still have a 2-game lead with 3 weeks to go on the Bills. I mean, they're going to get home field advantage, and hell, they'll probably win even though they don't have Mahomes.
Well, I think
Mahomes should sit out.
They clinched the division, so they already getting one. They clinched the division.
Sit a week, get healthy, and then roll in January. Or he'll miss 2 weeks. I don't think that would kill them. We're going to have an 18th game in the NFL soon enough. You're going to have to start. We're going to have to load manage quarterbacks at some point. Every year in the NFL, when you get to December, 2/3 of the league's quarterbacks have missed at least 1 game due to injury. And all we're going to do is we're going to add an 18th game, which we need to add an 18th game, only because you can't have an odd number of games because you got this bullshit where half the teams in the league every year play more road games than home, which is insane. It's time to have 2 good quarterbacks. And the days of, and I can see this in the future. Yeah, the Commanders have decided to rest Jaden Daniels this week. Can't you see a scenario where the Commanders are 8-2 and they got a 3-game lead in the division and the Commanders make the decision to rest Jaden Daniels for a game? I do. I think it's going to be necessary. You want to keep your quarterback upright or even keep him close to 80% by the time the playoffs get around. We're going to have to start load managing QBs in the NFL. If anybody needs to be load managed in sports, it's the freaking quarterbacks of the NFL. And Mahomes missing a game this week, I think it would serve the Chiefs really good. How about it'd be funny if Mahomes, let's say Mahomes is forced to miss a week or two, and because God loves the Chiefs, like you always like to say,
he does.
Then it winds up benefiting them that he gets hurt because it gives him rest and they still get home field advantage, and then he's 100% by the playoffs and they just roll to the Super Bowl again. I can't wait for Chiefs Bills in playoffs, and then I think the Lions are going to the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because them damn Eagles shut out the Steelers in the second half yesterday, and they have the number 1 overall rated defense according to ESPN.com.
Yeah.
They shut out the Steelers in the second half. Didn't allow a field goal. Nothing. Nada. Zilch.
No.
And they're 12-2. They look scary. And A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts made up. I think A.J. had 11 catches and a touchdown, something crazy like that. So it's going to be the Eagles or the Lions because I don't think either one of us are really buying into what we're seeing from Minnesota.
No. God, no. No.
But
it's Bills,
the Eagles
Chiefs
look good, man, because they can control the clock. They control the hell out of the clock. They don't give you the ball.
Nope. Very situational football. And they're like they can beat you 24-17, but it feels like an ass whipping.
Right.
Because they dominate clock and the ball and the position and all that kind of thing. It's more old school. What's up, L. Harley 210? It's $5.69.
That's random.
Good morning, gents. I watch football. I watch football from the future and skip through all the commercials. # Dion is coming. More clicks. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, he's coming to San Antonio for sure.
Yeah, certainly coming to San Antonio. And continues to say, even after Travis Hunter wins the Heisman Saturday, he's absolutely playing in the bowl game against BYU. As long as Shedeur plays and Travis Hunter plays, I'm going to the game. I plan on going, and I plan on doing stuff with our show, too. All right, let's get into some punches. We're late on getting punches. Presented by the law office of Orlando Kill. You want to go first or second? I know you
go first.
All right,
I got like first. I got like 2 or 3 punches, so you can go first.
All right, I'll go first. I want to punch the commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver.
Uh-oh. Don't go. Hey, don't be nice to my league. You know I love me some NBA. Be nice.
I know. I don't want to. I know. I'm not. But
you got to be real. You got to be real.
You said something at the beginning of the show today about how great the Dallas Golden State game was.
To me.
No, that's fine. To be fair, I saw the second quarter and the third last night sitting in a restaurant because the game was on. We were at dinner.
Okay.
We were killing time because we were waiting on Nina's son to get out of work. We went to pick him up, but we got up there early, so we stopped down and had dinner. And we sat at the bar, and they had the Mavericks and the Warriors on. They had Bay Area television on. Why they had that on and not Spurs, I don't know, but that's what they had on in the place we were at. And I watched 2 quarters of NBA basketball between 2 teams who think that they're both contenders to win the championship. I don't know if Golden State really is. With Klay Thompson's return to the Bay Area. And I would have rather watched the Westminster Dog Show.
I love the Westminster Dog Show, by the way. So the Westminster Dog Show is up there for me like Shark Week. So I'll watch a Westminster over a lot of things. So, but I hear you. Go ahead, Mike.
Dude, the Mavericks last night, and my brother, of course, I got threads going. Tell me how awesome Luka is. He's got 30 already in the third quarter. Well, that's great. He's got 30 because the fucking Mavs have 120. I hope he's got 30. And like, well, Mike, he's going to be the all-time leader in triple doubles. Well, that's great. Within 10 years, the top 10 leaders all time in triple doubles will all be players from today's era.
Yes, Joker's up there already. Joker's number 3, I want to say. Yeah.
Right. Let me repeat that. In 10 years, the top 10 all time in triple doubles will all be guys that are currently playing.
Yes,
because of how the league is. I just don't know how anybody thinks this is good ball. Now, the last 5 minutes of every game, okay, cool. After the second TV timeout of the fourth quarter, when guys start actually trying to play a little bit of defense and win the game, if the game was in, if today's NBA game is within 10 points, at the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter, that's really the whole game.
Right.
Well, because you were saying, dude, these two teams last night, Dallas winds up winning 143-133. Luka Doncic had a 45-point triple-double. 45 points, 13 assists, 11 rebounds. But 45 is the new 35. I don't want to disrespect a guy scoring 45.
No, it is, Mike.
It ain't what it used to be, man. They scored 143. Of course he scored 40-something points.
Well, you get more possessions because you jack up more threes, which turns into more points. Guys, defense isn't stressed anymore because the analytics, the MIT nerds have told these NBA teams, look, who cares about how good your defense is? Shoot the ball a whole bunch of times. And I'll jump in with you on this punch, Mike. I forget the two teams. Chat, help me out. There was two teams last week that combined to miss 75 threes. Let me let y'all. I didn't say they combined to take. Think about this and where the league is. So that's why I'm jumping in with you on this punch as much as I love the NBA. There were two teams last week that combined to miss 75 threes. Jeez. I don't want to. I'm not paying a few $100 to go watch that shit. Who was it? It was the Bulls and somebody else.
Somebody.
That's not good basketball.
Last
I don't want to watch that.
Dallas and Golden State combined for 95 three-point attempts.
Come on, dog.
That's not good ball, man. Now, the last 5 minutes of these games, that actually is pretty good ball. That's fine. But it's like the incentive to go watch the whole game anymore. Okay, well, hey, it's 18-7. We have off to a good start. Well, the game ain't over. There's 411 more shots to be taken in this game. 99 of which will be threes. It ain't good ball.
Since we're on the topic, our San Antonio Spurs lost to Minnesota last night. They don't play again until Thursday. And if I want to lose the game Thursday, they play against Atlanta. No, I want to beat Atlanta. Excuse me. We get their pick. I need Atlanta to lose some more games. But
they're better than I thought.
But the Spurs took 45 threes last night. That ain't.
I know.
I know, Pop. I mean, we got to change with the times, but there's never been a time where the Spurs were taking 45 threes in a game. They went 11 for 45 from three. They shot 24% from three. I need one of these MIT nerds to sit down with me and explain that to me. Like, so you mean to tell me it's better for them to shoot 24% from three, just jack them up and see what happens and live with the results? It's bad.
I believe in the analysis. I believe
we have to. The numbers don't lie.
Right. But it's led to a shitty product.
Right.
This happened in baseball. Where analytics.
Swinging for the fences? Is that what it was? Upward swing?
Yeah.
What was it called?
Throw as hard as you can. Let's have 14 relievers. We'll have relievers start World Series games. We're gonna have a shift. And the league decided to put a time clock on pitchers, which I could not believe they did.
Mm-hmm.
They decided to illegalize the shift, which I still can't believe they did. I'm so happy they did. They didn't overhaul the game, but Major League Baseball made some tweaks, and it led to, in Major League Baseball, the last two seasons has been as good as it's been since I was a kid in the 80s. It's been great. It's more baseball rather than a home run derby every night. The NBA's product is suffering from analytics. I'm not saying the analytics is wrong, but the result is less prettier basketball. It's less entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch 95 three-point shots. I just don't want to do that.
No.
And it's on Silver to do something about it in the coming years. And I think he will. But for now, punch him. Punch him.
What you're going to have to do is there's some team that's going to have to say, F this system, F this, and go win it all. And then the other teams will follow suit. You know what I mean? Like, it takes somebody changing the guard, but they have to be successful doing it. Like, perfect example, like the Spurs, because they shot 45 threes, Mike, they only shot 9 free throws. Why? Because you're standing outside just shooting a bunch of threes. You're not even getting to the free throw line. So it's going to take somebody saying, you know, we're not going to do that. We don't have the personnel to shoot that many threes. We're going to lay our hats on defense. We're going to move the ball. We're going to run sets, and we're going to kick teams' asses and go win the whole thing. And then, but right now, the Celtics can do that. The Celtics did that last year. Celtics shot 63s on game 1 of this season, 60. But they're good at it. They got guys that can shoot the three. So right now, the best team in the league, who everyone's chasing, does that. So everybody's doing it. But guess what? You don't have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and Porzingis and Derek White. You know what I mean? And Drew Holiday. You don't have those guys. So your team, like, you look stupid. The Wizards, y'all look stupid jacking up 63s. It's a mess. It's a mess.
You know, baseball's been around 150 years, so they have more time on the NBA's for existence. But credit baseball, with every 40 or 50 years, they do something drastic because they change with the times. They change with the physical nature of human beings. You know, at one point, 40, 50 years after baseball had been a league, they decided, you know, we need to make the mound further away from the plate. Let's go to 60 feet, 6 inches. And people in the 40s were, oh, my God, this is horrible. We're ruining the league. No, you're not. We're making a change because of evolution. At one point, and of course, hell, they've doctored the baseballs forever. At one point, they made a decision to lower the mound because pitching was dominating hitting, and it was boring. Well, that's not tradition. If you lower the mound, you're going to mess up all the previous stats. So what? The times have changed, and so they lowered the mound to increase offense. In the 70s, baby boomers and World War II vets in the 70s thought baseball was going to go away when they decided to have a designated hitter in the American League. This is horrible. It's dumb. You don't even have the same rules as the National League. You're going to have to manage both leagues different, blah, blah, blah. And did it ruin baseball? No. Every 40 years or so, baseball does something drastic to make its game better and evolve with the times. I guess what I'm asking you is, because of how physical humans are now, are we going to have a time ever? So at some point, however many years ago, we decided that the rim needs to be 10 feet off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it need to be 10 feet off the ground for 1,000 years? At some point, when there's 50 Wembies in the NBA,
maybe needs to be 11.
Maybe it's an 11-foot rim we're talking about. Or we extend the three-point line by a foot. Something needs to be done because the product is not good.
It's not. And it pains me to say that, but it's not. It is tough to watch. This is the toughest. Like, I sit down, I'm trying to fight through it, and it's just three. I'm just like, I don't want to watch this shit.
I'm with you, man. It's just spot up threes and dunks.
Ugh.
And then you get all these, and the stats are already being
inflated.
Changed. Yeah, like, so again, Luka's great, and I agree with you. He's awesome, blah blah blah. Although at one point last night, Luka being Luka. At some point, the camera was on his face. I don't even know who he was talking to. Somebody on the Warriors, and he goes, "Shut up, pussy."
You saw that?
Yeah. Which I think that's funny. That's his douchiness.
I need him to win a title. I need him to win a title so we can get a villain.
Yeah.
But he probably. Go ahead.
Now, Nina noticed last night. She's like, "Who is that?" I go, "His name's Luka Doncic." She goes, "Luka what?" I'm Doncic. He doesn't look like an athlete. I go, "No, he has a dad bod. He smokes cigarettes, but he's dominant."
If he ever starts to take care of his body, he could be the all-time leading scorer. Like, he could pass LeBron. Like, he won't take care of his body enough to play long enough.
No,
but if
he won't be playing 40.
Yeah, but if he did, he could lead. He could be the all-time leading scorer in NBA history.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. Who you punching?
I'm gonna punch Jonathan Taylor of the Indianapolis Colts running back. I don't know how many people have to see this. I don't know how many players have to see this happen before they just stop doing it. Jonathan Taylor for the Colts, beautiful 40-yard touchdown run, but he drops the ball before he crosses the goal line. And Jonathan Taylor's been in the league too long. Like when Deshaun Jackson does it in high school in the Army All-American game, well, you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. Whatever. He's a high school kid. Jonathan Taylor? Bro, just hold on to the ball until you're damn near by the goalpost. I don't know how many dudes have to do this before, especially somebody, a veteran like Jonathan Taylor, for have that happen and then for it to result in a loss for your team. Yeah, and I love Jonathan Taylor, smart kid, but I got to punch him for that.
I want to do the opposite of punch to the Houston Texans Twitter feed, though.
What happened?
So, and I guess that they're.
Well, you want to hug them?
Yeah, I want to hug them. Yesterday, the Texans intercepted a Miami Dolphins pass and took it back to the house. And the Houston Texans tweeted, "Hawked Tua."
Hey, Twitter world.
Hawked Tua. Hawke. They hawked him.
Oh, God.
Love it. Love it. I love it. Credit the Texans. And I'm surprised that they were allowed to put that out there on Twitter, but they were. Hawked Tua. How many times has poor Tua Tagovailoa has he heard, hey, man? You know
God. That's probably what they call him. And I'll guarantee you in the locker room, that's what they call him.
Hawk Tua.
I guarantee you they call him that in the locker room. 1,000%.
Credit the Texans Twitter feed for writing Hawked Tua. Anyway, sorry.
Out
you got
Texas.
anybody else
Orlando.
you can punch? You said you have multiple.
Nah, I'm good.
You good?
Nah,
All right, very good.
I got one.
Yeah, I
Here
got
we
one
go.
to get there.
Yes,
I want
sir.
to punch. I want to punch something called Crystal Magnum.
Crystal Magnum.
Yeah.
Okay. Did she
You're not
stick
familiar?
you on a date? You have a blind date? No. Crystal
No,
Magnum.
she is a stripper though.
Okay.
She is that stripper that accused the Duke lacrosse players in 2006 of rape. She has come out and admitted that she lied about the entire thing.
Finally, after all these years.
Yeah,
It's
after all
been
these
proven
years.
she was lying. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got acquitted, but she just finally admitted she made up the whole thing while she's serving time for the murder of her boyfriend, stabbed him to death. She's currently in jail for the murder of her boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, she's going down for murder. She might as well come clean about the rape allegation, because that's the least of her worries.
I feel like you need to go back and add some years onto that because she gets out in 2026 for second-degree murder. But what about perjury?
Dude, since I'm LG, I was gonna skip this, but since we're there, talking about people making up fake allegations, the Jay-Z accuser, her father has came out saying, "Baby, I love you, but I don't remember driving 5 hours to pick you up from the VMAs." People have come out. She said, "Oh, I was talking to this band, and the band has come out and said we weren't even in New York in 2001." It's a lot of holes in this story. Now I've come to find out Jay-Z and Puff were in two different places. So I'm still gonna let it play out. But when your dad, when your own father is like, because that was part of her story, like, she's 13. She had a friend pick her up, drive her 5 hours to the VMA, where she gets into the VMAs and then gets into this after party. Then she says, "Yeah." And then my dad came and picked me up, and my dad was like, "That ain't happened."
That doesn't make sense.
Those Duke lacrosse players, the whole narrative that was created after that story, and this goes back. You and I talked about the reputation of the Duke athlete last week, talking about the basketball team. This turned into white privilege. These D-bag white kids with their rich parents, with their Duke education, think they can just do whatever they want.
They got them off. No, the bitch was lying.
And these kids spent millions of dollars on lawyers, had their faces on the cover of Newsweek, got thrown off the team. The season got shit canned. And it sucks because it takes away from women that actually are victims, And
until you start lying, there's no deterrent. Like the thing is, like these girls,
gotta start putting them in jail.
Some are like, what do I have to lose? Even if they catch me lying, I just go on about my life. Until there is a deterrent, there has to be a consequence for it. And once there's a consequence for lying, they will stop the pieces of crap that do lie about it and make it hard for the ones that are actually victimized. Until they're thrown in jail for lying, just shoot your shot. You may get a few million. You may get somebody to just settle out.
Just to be done with it. It's awful.
Slap 10 more years on that sentence.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, and Duke should have not killed the season. Duke should have stood by its players and let justice and let the process go. But no, they were worried about the PR.
Right.
And so they shit can these players, kick them off campus and kick them out of school. That was horrible. It's horrible.
After
and
Baylor,
the media and the fucking media don't need to be putting these kids on the cover of magazines unless they're convicted. It's bullshit.
After Baylor, Mike, everybody's scared to keep people on the team.
Don't be scared. Don't be fucking Baylor. Don't hide.
No, I'm just saying, like, you can't have people on the field that are accused of that. That's the new thing.
Yeah, you can. You should be able to. You ought to be able to have people that are accused of that on the field. I agree. I think you should.
Because innocent until proven guilty.
Absolutely.
Right. I don't know when we got away from that, but we're miles away from innocent until proven guilty. We're a long way from that.
That's because our country's turned into we're a big pussy, this country right now. And we got to get out of that shit. We got to, or pizzas. Sorry. We got to get out of that shit.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Isaac. $20.
Quit ruining people's lives over goddamn allegations.
No shit.
All that, and that makes people want to make up bullshit even more, knowing they can get your life ruined.
Right.
And when it comes out that you were lying, your ass ought to get locked up.
You ought to go to jail.
Bullshit. What's up, Isaac the Third? $20. Make us holla. Good morning, fellas. Y'all are getting me through the dreaded Monday morning hashtag in the building. All right, Isaac, thank you, man. Y'all go in there and vote today. It's Jerry Jones versus Micah Parsons. We'll announce the victor officially tomorrow when we go back on the air at 8 a.m. for the live viewer. And we'll get into the second matchup. So y'all could be thinking ahead. Today it's Micah versus Jerry. Tomorrow it's Aaron Rodgers against Elon Musk. That's a good one.
Good matchup.
And then on Wednesday it's Luka Doncic against Jake Paul.
Good matchup.
Yes, sir. So it's all good matchups here on out. So y'all vote on. I'll tweet a link out to it here in a minute. It's on our YouTube page. You go to the Love You Hard TV YouTube page, and then you go to community. You can vote yourself, but I'll put a link out to later on. All right, that's it. We're done. Love you all hard. Thank you, guys. LG, you going to bed or you going out? You made your mind up? Let me take it. Can I take a guess? I'm going to take a guess. You're going out.
We'll see. Who knows?
Okay, sir.
But if you need a divorce lawyer.
But if you do need a divorce lawyer, LG won't because he's not married. I'm not either, but some of y'all are. 50% of you are that are currently married will wind up getting divorced. That's what the stats say. That's what the analytics say. It is Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer of our show. I am a client. I have used Orlando, and it's not just for divorce. Maybe you have issues post-divorce. You need to have your decree changed. Things are going weird. Maybe there's been a job change or someone wants to move and you got kids involved. It is Orlando Kell. He can handle any and all family issues at 210-775-4995 or email him at orlandokell.law@gmail.com. orlandokell.law@gmail.com. So tomorrow we'll have D-Bag rolling on. An update on our Slackers appearance Sunday. And I want to talk about all-time favorite television shows tomorrow.
Really?
Not to be generic, just one of my all-time favorite shows ended last night. And so I thought I'd throw that out there for tomorrow.
Let's do that. Okay. Let's not forget that tease, because we old. We be forgetting our teases. Did you write it down like you always do?
Yes. We just had a lot to get to today. I was going to get to it today, but, I'm not going to force it. So, mañana, y'all be thinking about your favorite TV shows you've ever seen. We'll get into that. All right, y'all, we're done. LG, whatever you do, be safe. I like your shirt. Y'all have a good night. You and whoever you're with, y'all have a good night. Rudy.
All right, that looks real Japanese right there. All those characters are Japanese characters.
For real?
You got that's a Sanrio collection right there.
Oh, yeah, this is my 6-year-old's iPad cover.
I have a dolphin that was purchased in Tokyo for me.
Oh, cool. Is that crystal or is that lilac?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's breakable though. He's in here on my desk. He brings me good luck every day. Shout out to the Miami Dolphins. It's my spirit animal. All right, y'all. That was it. We're done. Y'all be cool. We'll hit y'all up in here mañana. Peace out.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.